So, how did music evolve from a hobby in the middle school to something you learned during adulthood?
In middle school, I kind of played around with it because I always loved music. Like music was my first love. So in middle school, when I was playing around with it, kind of was just like, okay, I want to see if I could do it too. So it was like I got something to say too. Like everybody has something to say in their music. So it was kind of sort of like, okay, let's try this out. And it was like, okay, you're not half as bad. Like, cause
Yeah,
I have, I like to put words together. Like English was one of my favorite classes because I liked how you can put a sentence together or how you can use different words, how you can substitute different things. So for me, I
right.
was like, okay. And then when I started to get older, it just started to just naturally come to me. Like I'm just waking up freestyling in my head or I'm just writing. I'm just coming up with stuff on the whim and it's like, ooh, that's spiffy, that's creative. So it was like, yeah, I just was like, okay, like let's take the part of it being art and also putting your reality into it of your life and then putting those two together makes a beautiful masterpiece.
I agree. Once you know what you want to do and how you want to put it together, it definitely creates a beautiful masterpiece. And I
Most
think you got some joints here. We're gonna get into that in a minute. But
definitely.
we're gonna talk a bit. What was the first time what was what was the first time that you decided to pick up the pen and write some music and get into it? Like I'm curious to know that. And how old are you now?
I'm 27.
Okay. So how old were you when you first picked up the pen and decided to start making music?
13.
Okay. So you had a nice little run.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's tell us about that experience and what it did for you.
Honestly, it just helped me learn more about myself and know like, okay, you're different. Artistically, you're different. So it was like this comes to you naturally. It comes to you organically. So for me, it was like, okay, it's not hard, but also it's not like something you just quickly just whip up together. So it was like taking the patience of I always like pushing my pen. Like freestyling is something I'm like still learning, but writing is something I've always loved to do, like writing poems or like
Mm.
stuff like that. So it all just worked out.
Okay. So was your rap name early on still Cardier?
No.
What was your first rap name?
My first rap name was AZ and it was AEZZI. And it
Okay.
was because my nickname growing up was Amy. So that's like when my family calls me, they all call me Amy. So when I was first picking a name, I was like AZ. Like that's different, but not spelled A and Z. So it was
Yeah.
like,
The rapper AZ was out, so I'm pretty sure that's why you did that.
yeah,
That's what's up. Shout out to AZ. Uh, that's pretty dope. All right. So, was there any trauma or defining moment that made music more than just a hobby?
um, act yes, because it's just going through life and your trials and tribulations. It's kind of like you can make it through it, but it's still something that ponders on your mind. So it's like if I'm going to tell my story, I could tell it to you just simply telling you, okay, well, I went through this. Or I can kind of word it a different way, put it in my music, and the people that get it, they get it.
Right. So, for you, what was that moment?
It was a lot because growing up, it was kind of just like it was rough a little bit. So for me, it was kind of like that was my only way of just being able to speak freely.
Okay. So, early on, you was having a little trouble with having that independence and being heard,
That
and the
independence,
music.
being heard, confidence, just being able to just be me. It was kind of like I was timid to do that. But it was like music gave me a way of being myself.
Okay. Okay. That's cool. You know, it's definitely good to have music as an outlet because for some it can be therapy, And
For sure.
when we do music, we're not just doing it to gain fans, we're doing it to be expressive. And hopefully when you're making music, somebody out there can relate to what you're doing. So I
True.
get that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's pretty dope within itself.